it's Asha. Welcome back to Reading with Asha. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a what I got for Christmas book edition video. These are all the books that I got for Christmas that I wanted to share with you. I think a couple of videos ago I made a book wish list video, so I wanted to show you all the books that I got and just show you all the books that I got for Christmas. I feel like a majority of the things I get for Christmas are books because I like to ask for a ton of books on Christmas, so throughout the year I don't go too crazy on buying books. But I'm not going to say I don't buy books at all because I definitely buy way more books than I need to. So I'm just going to show you in no particular order. I have them all. I literally just took most of them off my shelves. And make sure you guys comment below what book you got for Christmas or your favorite book you got for Christmas, or you can tell me about more than one book you got for Christmas if you got books for Christmas. But yeah, let's get right into it. So the first books that I got is actually a series, and it's the Entangled with Fae series by Cassandra Odette. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but there is 4 books to this series. So there's Curse of the Wolf King, Heart of the Raven Prince, A Taste of Poison, and Kiss of the Selkie. I'm pretty sure this is the first one and this is the last one. That's the order I had it organized in on my bookshelf. But these are the books. The covers are so cool in my opinion, and they're fantasy books that are like retellings of fairy tales. So for example, Curse of the Wolf King is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Heart of the Raven Prince is a Cinderella retelling. Taste of Poison is a Snow White retelling, and A Kiss of the Selkie is a Little Mermaid retelling. So I just thought these would be super fun. I never heard of these books before until I saw Sarah Caroli. He made a video doing blind book, like opening blind book. Do you know what I'm talking about? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Opening like a blind book thing, or blind date with a book, that's what it was. She made a video opening those, and she got the first book of this series and then ended up getting all of them. And when she talked about the first one, it sounded so good, and I was like, they're so cute. But they're also on Kindle Unlimited if you don't want to buy them. But I personally just really wanted them on my shelf. They're on Kindle Unlimited for free if you want to save your money. Also, I wanted to say, if you guys want a full what I got for Christmas, I did a what I got for Christmas everything except for books on my main channel that was posted yesterday, so you guys can go check that out if you're interested. But these are just the books I got, so I'm really excited to read this series. If you guys want a specific reading vlog on any of these books or series, please let me know because I am totally down to do that. My dog is here with me now. I don't know if he's in the frame or not. There he is. He just has to sit by me when I do anything. So next up, I got the other 2 books to a trilogy, I think. Pretty sure it's just a trilogy, but it's the Hades and Persephone series, and this is by Scarlett St. Clair. So this is like a Greek mythology retelling. It's definitely not super accurate, but it's Hades and Persephone, their love story. I just think it's so fun. I really like the first one, which I was very surprised to hear some mixed reviews. The first one is called A Touch of Darkness. The second one is A Touch of Ruin, and the third one is A Touch of Malice. But I really liked this series. It's got a lot of smut. If you like smutty books or whatever, I found it really interesting. Even if you don't like Greek mythology, I feel like the first book was really good. I'll let you know what I think about the other 2 whenever I read them. But in my opinion, I feel like you don't have to like Greek mythology to like the series, because I mean, it is about Greek mythology, but it's not super heavy on the Greek mythology, and they explain everything really well. So it kind of just feels more like a fantasy book, and the world building also isn't super crazy because it's modern. There's like goddesses and gods mixed in with just normal people. So I just feel like it's super easy to read. Even if you don't care about Greek mythology, I'll still give it a try. If you've heard about it and you thought maybe you wouldn't like it just because of the Greek mythology thing, I would still recommend it. So those are the next 2 books I got. I feel like I'm gonna have to make an updated bookshelf tour after this because there's so many new books. And also I made a TBR card. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. Next up, these are all standalone books, but the first book I got is My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I've heard a lot of great things about this book. I feel like a lot of people read it in this past year, and I really am excited to read it this year because I just have heard so many good things about it. It's a literary fiction book, and it's about a young woman's effort to duck the ills of the world with the help of one of the worst psychiatrists. I don't know, I guess her psychiatrist sucks, and I think just keeps prescribing her medicine, and she just like doesn't do anything. I can't even remember what I heard about people saying, but I don't know. It just sounds really good, and I feel like I'm gonna get some good stuff from this book, so I'm super excited to read that. Next up, I got the book Jane Eyre. This is a classic book by Charlotte Bronte, and I've heard so many good things about this book. I'm surprised I haven't read it yet, but I really wanted to read it, and this edition of it is so cute in my opinion. It's a small book. I don't really have any books that are like this small in size, like if you kind of see the comparison, just like width-wise. I know the length or the height of the books are always different most of the time, but I just am really excited to read this. But it's definitely no spacing between the lines, and it would definitely be a long read because it's over almost 500 pages. But I've heard so many good things about this book, and I'm super excited to read it, and I have to read more classics anyways this year because my major is English literature. I have to read a ton of books this year for my world literature class as well, which I think I'm going to post on my Instagram story and ask if any of you have read any of the books that I have to get for that class just because I'm interested. Next up, I got this book, Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers, and one of you sent me this book for my Amazon wishlist, and I don't know who it was. The note got lost. I think I accidentally threw it away or something, but I posted on my Instagram story to see who it was, and nobody like responded. So if you're watching this and you sent me this, please DM me and let me know so I can thank you. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this book. I've heard so many good things about this romance story. Also, this book is huge. Okay, the sizes in these books could not be more different, and it's got really big font, and it's a very floppy book, so we love that. Okay, so next up I got another series which is just a duology, and it's the Six of Crows duology. I think a lot of people have read this at this point, and I've heard so many good things about it, but it has the Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. It's a box set, and this is by Leigh Bardugo, and I've heard so many great things about this series, so I'm really excited to read it. These are fantasy books, and I can't even remember really what they're about, but I've just heard so many good things about it, and I think Sarah Caroli always recommends this series. Like, this is one of her favorite fantasy series, so I just felt like I had to read it because I pretty much like everything that she reads too. I think Destiny Sidwell also recommended this, and Haley Pham, but I think Haley Pham said she really liked the prequel to this. I think it's Shadow and Bone trilogy. I don't know, I didn't get that because I'm pretty sure Sarah Caroli said you don't have to read it before. It helps, but it's not like necessary. And on the back of this it says the best magic universe since Harry Potter. I'll be the judge of that. Next up, I got the book Heart of the Sun Warrior, which if you watched my previous what I read in November video, I think it was, I read the first book to this little duology, and it was called Daughter of the Moon Goddess. It's a Chinese mythology story, and it's so good. So I was really excited when I saw she literally just released this book. I want to say last month, and the covers of these books are so beautiful. Like, I'm just so obsessed with these covers. I think I might have showed this in my last book. Yeah, I'm really excited to read this because I really enjoyed Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and I thought that the writing was so beautiful and lyrical. I would kind of compare it to Madeline Miller. I know hers is Greek mythology, but their writing styles, in my opinion, are similar in the way that they're so lyrical, and there's so many like beautiful quotes to all these books, if that makes sense. I don't know. If anyone else has read anything by this author, Daughter of the Moon Goddess was her debut novel, so maybe you haven't, but if anyone else read that and read books by Madeline Miller, let me know what you think. Next up, I got Fairy Tale by Stephen King, and my dog chewed the corner off of this book. This was actually supposed to be for my brother's girlfriend for her Secret Santa, and I got my own copy of it that had an unchewed corner, but then I saw that my dog chewed the corner off of this when it was wrapped up, so I just unwrapped it and wrapped her the version that I had that was all nice because I'm not gonna give her a chewed up book for Christmas, but this is the one I got. I don't know, maybe it adds a little bit of character to the book. This is the first Stephen King book that I have and have ever read, and I haven't read it yet, but the first Stephen King book on my shelf. I don't typically read anything by him because his books are usually pretty scary, and I am not a fan of scary books. I hate scary books, so I thought, why not give this a try? My brother's wife Shay read it and she really liked it, so I thought it would be really cool. Also, cover of this looks like it's a dragon's eye, but if you look closer, it's actually just a man and his dog going down a stairwell. I don't know, it seems like it'll be a pretty cool book whenever I read it. Next up, I'm really excited because I got the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. She's one of my favorite authors ever. I've read both of her other series, Crescent City and A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I have not read Throne of Glass. This is her young adult series, so I'm really excited to read this. It has all, how many books? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books, and I'm so excited to read this. I think I'm gonna start reading this month the first first one, Assassin's Blade, and I think also people do tangent reading, where they go back and forth between chapters of different books while they read it. But I've heard so many good things about this series, so I'm super pumped to read it. Let me know if you've read it down in the comments below and how you read it. Some people don't read the first book until after the second book, but I'm gonna read the first one because I feel like some people said that it really helped. I think Rachel Catherine recommended doing that and she really liked this series. I'm gonna read this series really soon and I'm super excited about it. But those are all the books that I got for Christmas. I'm so grateful for every single book that I received and so excited that I get to read all of these, and I'm also ordering more books for my class next semester. If you guys are interested in any of the books that I'm reading for school, please let me know and I can show you what books I'm gonna be reading. I love you all so much and I will see you in my next video. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a happy holiday, whatever holiday it might be. Super excited, super grateful to have all of you and all of these amazing books to read, and yeah, I'm just super happy about that. So I love you so much and I'll see you in my next video.